friends. Hi, I'm over the moon excited right now. We'll get into S is for set expectations. But first, I want to tell you about something really exciting, which is been a whole journey and a long time coming, honestly. And that is that I now have a website, and I will probably not be ever stopping talking about it. You're just going to hear me always talk about it. I've had so many people ask for where can I hear more about what you do? Or, what's the easiest way to find the podcast? Or, X, fill in the blank. And I now have an answer for that, which is go to my website. And it feels so good and official and exciting and all that stuff that comes with something new like this. But really what feels good is having clarity and having it under an umbrella and being able to point you all in one direction to get anything I roll out and goodies and all that. You don't have to be on Instagram or Facebook to do that. And I know that's been really important to me, is to offer a solution to people who maybe aren't wanting to be on social media as much. And, but anyways, all things me, now you'll go to my website, which is no, that's not it. That's not it at all. Don't listen to that at all. Is SalinaJohnsonspeaks.com. So SalinaJohnsonspeaks.com. If you go there, you will see things on jumping into my healthy living group. You'll see things on potentially even joining my team. I have freebies there. So my ultimate brain dump guide is there now. And I know that was last week's episode. So go check that out. If you're looking for it, you can just go in there and it's right there for you. And also speaking. So I am, available to speak to groups at events. And so you can, right there, you've got your contact information for me, and also talking about the power of pause and what I really bring to an audience. And and then the podcast. So if you are interested in being a guest on the show, you can apply there. If you just want to have all the episodes at your fingertips, they're right there. And there's just going to be so much more that I'll be funneling through this platform. I am just so grateful that I've just so much support and love and encouragement and all the things. And so this is really oddly my gift to you, like something that will be a resource and a place where you can go and find tools as we move forward together. And I really think it's going to be something that continues to grow. So the other thing is, if you are on Facebook, I wanted to let you know and point you in the direction of my Facebook like page, which is Salina Johnson. So go check that out. And you will see me when I drop the episodes. If you watch my stories, you'll be able to see my stories there. It's connected there instead of my personal Facebook anymore. And that's where we're going to be, guys. We're going to be in all these places. So hopefully you go check it out. Say hi. If you don't already get my weekly pauses, then you can sign up for those there. It's just going to be good stuff. So go check it out. And with that, you guys, today I'm going to bring you S is for set expectations, and enjoy. Hello, fellow plate spinners. I'm really glad you're here for your weekly dose of authenticity and joy. I'm Salina Johnson, and your guide through this chaos of busy lives. In each episode, we unpack real tools to conquer overwhelm and dodge burnout. It's all about creating space for what truly matters. Whether it be through solo reflections or inspiring guests, this is your sanctuary for a more centered, productive you, with a healthy serving of that joy we talked about. Get ready to hit pause on life while we dive in to some real chats. Hope you enjoy. All right. S is for set expectations. So we're just going to get right on into it, because I believe with all of my heart, this is so important. So set expectations. It's for yourself and for others. We have now gone through it, right? We've prayed and we've paused. We have remembered what we have agency over. We've done a fun brain dump where we're understanding what's next. And if you haven't listened to those episodes, go back and listen to them. And then we get to this part where now what, right? We know what we need to do. We know what we need to delegate. We've dropped what we need to drop. We're breathing better. We're calmer. We're reminded of the fact that we can't control other people and that we have to just be in control of ourselves. And we're in this really like kind of sweet spot, right? And then now comes the part where we have to follow through with what we say we're going to do. Okay. So accountability is key to yourself. Remember, you don't want to be back in a state of overwhelm. And I know that we can very easily go there. So setting expectations is really setting up accountability for yourself and for other people. So this can be probably pretty short and sweet little set here. But the fact is that it all comes down to communication. You have dialogue with yourself. You have dialogue with people around you. You are responsible. You're the one going through this moment of pause. You're the one needing to take control of your time and your management and all that good stuff. And so you're the one responsible for communicating. Now, whether that be with yourself or others is up to you in the moment. So if you have decided there's something that you are, so I'll just use the podcast as an example for me. Like I have brain dumped and I know that one of the things that's weighing on me is I need to release the podcast episode for this week and I haven't finished the editing or something like that, right? And so what I could easily say is like, oh, that's a do. I need to do it. And then like not really set a timeline or any sort of smart goal along with it. And it's important that we do that when we are working through the list, because if you don't do that, what would happen? I would go back to thinking I need to get that done. That's the spot, right? Where we are like, oh, I should have done that, or I need to get that done, right? But if I set up the expectations, then I am held accountable to that time. Okay. So for me, let's say I'm putting an episode out on Thursday and I'm feeling overwhelmed on a Monday and I've gone through my brain dump process and I forgot to do it on my checklist this week and blah, 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 blah. Then I will say, okay, by the end of the day, Tuesday, now keep in mind, it's not the same day, but it will be done by the end of the day. Tuesday, I should have that process done so that the episode's batched and ready to go and I don't have to think about it later. I have this huge phrase that people hear me say all the time, especially at work, is, what can I do right now that's going to save me time and energy later? And that would be one of those things, setting that expectation for myself. Like I don't want to stress about it the rest of today. I want to know that tomorrow at 5 p.m. after work, I'm going to open up my computer and finish that episode, which takes about 30 minutes by the time I get to it, right? I'm reminding myself of the actual time involved, setting on my calendar. I will write it on my calendar and I will tell my family, and this is where the other people come involved. I will tell my family, hey guys, at 5 p.m. tomorrow night for 30 minutes, I need to be in my office for a few minutes because I got to finish this. Okay. That is setting expectations. It wasn't a big fanfare. I don't have to make it a giant process. I don't need to drag everyone into it, but I am saying, hey, for me, I need it done by this date, this time. And for others, I'll be unavailable during this time. A really good example too, I like to refer to is at the workplace. So if you're receiving emails, we can't control the emails coming in. We can't control the chaos of the emails coming in. It's what it is, right? So the emails are coming in fast and furious. You're responsible though for, brain dumping and going through the whole process, or kind of in the moment on the fly, realizing, okay, these are the emails I've got going on. And when you get to that one, that you can say to the person, hey, I've received your email. I'll have time on Tuesday to look into this for you. Will that work? Or I've started the process and I'll let you know by Tuesday what the results are, is so important for that other person, because they're not wondering if you got the email, which adds to your stress because they're following up because they don't know if you got it. You're actually setting a clear timeline, which is really, really key, so that you're also able to set that email aside for a minute or to go do the first step of it and then come back to it or whatever that looks like. And it's really important. I think we feel like that being in control of things is like not ever putting it on anyone else what the expectations are. And then that's when we start to get into our head and overwhelmed and frustrated. So really taking that opportunity to set those very, very clear expectations for yourself and for others is going to be the thing that helps you move forward through the process. Now, I will also say, I believe you can do a moment of pause like this in 5 minutes or 5 hours. We've talked about that, right? Like it could be a whole process. It could be a very quick process. You could do it in a 1 minute period if you need to. But I will say that there are opportunities sometimes to tell people when you're in that moment of pause, just like there's opportunities to tell people, hey, I'm feeling overwhelmed. Like that's an okay thing to say. That doesn't make you weak. That doesn't make you vulnerable. It in fact makes you, in my opinion, strong because you're taking control of your feelings and your space. And so saying to those around you that should hear it, not everyone needs to hear it, but for those that should hear it, the guy at the grocery store doesn't need to hear that you're overwhelmed, but you know who I'm talking about, the people who are close to you, saying, hey, I'm going to step away for a few minutes because I'm feeling overwhelmed. When I come back, I'll get back with you. But also when you've come through that process and you've done all this and you're to that point of setting expectations, saying, hey, I've made a list and I'm working my way through it, but I am coming out of a place of overwhelm right now. So I'm just letting you know I need a few minutes to figure this out is okay. That's not negative. That's positive in my mind. So really setting those expectations is for the whole process. It's for your list. It's for your emotional well-being because you're the one, again, in control. And if you are setting those expectations clearly, room for negotiation, then it's important. One of the ones that we had here at our house that was a good one was Tuesdays, Finn goes to youth group. So on Tuesdays, I'm taking him to youth group. I was figuring out quick if I'm going to help with any homework and do dinner and finish up work myself and get him to youth group, it was going to be chaos. So I actually said to my husband, hey, I'm thinking Tuesdays, it would be really cool if you could do dinner and finish helping Cole with homework while I help Finn whip through his and we get off to youth group. And it's worked out great. It's been a really, really good, easy thing. And what's really interesting about that is it's kind of off the list now. It's not something that overwhelms me because I've taken time to set myself up for success. So the more you can do this and get ahead of it and start to designate what those areas are that you need help with the setting expectations part, the better it will be for you on the other side. So that's it. That's setting expectations, and clarity is really key. And the last thing I want to leave you with is sometimes these conversations can be uncomfortable, and that it's important to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, if that makes sense to you. The more you do it, the easier it gets. And really, people just want you to be healthy and happy. So it's all for a good cause. You know what I'm saying? All right. I hope you guys have a good one. And the last letter coming up is E for energy. Thank you for listening. I'm just so grateful that you would take the time to be here with me today. I hope that if there's anything that inspired you or got you excited, that you would share it to social media or send me a message with any input or feedback that you have. And just really appreciate the support and the encouragement that I get from you guys all the time. I will keep showing up, and I hope you keep listening.